I P.Y. Lalita Chaitanya, lecturer in commerce, Gaman City College. Today's topic is commerce. That is nothing but importance of commerce, concept of commerce. Today's topic is this. Let us move on to the concept of commerce. Commerce is a part of business activity which is concerned with or reasonable for distribution of goods and services. Commerce is the secondary aspect of business, the first being industry. While industry is concerned with production aspect of business, commerce is concerned with the distribution aspect of business. Commerce includes not only the trade but also services such as transport, insurance, warehousing, banking, advertising and salesmanship. So here it means that commerce is one type of a business activity which is mainly concerned with the distribution of goods and services. So commerce is the one of the secondary aspect of a business. The first being the industry and second being the second aspect of the business is commerce. Here commerce includes not only the trade but also services of transport, insurance, warehousing, banking, advertising and salesmanship and mercantile agents, which are aids to trade. Thus mathematically, commerce is the sum total of trade and aids to trade is known as commerce. Commerce means trade as well as aids to trade. Both together will be called as a commerce. In short, commerce is a comprehensive term for all forms of trade such as wholesale, trade, retail, import, export and entrepot, and also all forms of services which assist smooth conduct trade such as banking, insurance, transportation, etc. So here means finally the commerce is the sum total of those processes which are engaged in the removal of hindrances of persons, that is trade, place, transportation and insurance, and time, warehousing in the exchange banking of commodities is known as commerce. Let us move on to what are the main characteristics of commerce. Here some feel that commerce and business are synonymous, but it is not so. Commerce considered to be a part of business. The word commerce denotes all those processes which considered to be a part of business is known as commerce. So, the word commerce denotes all those processes which help to break barriers between the producers and the consumers is known as the commerce. It embraces all those activities which are necessary to bring the goods from the place of origin to the place of consumers is also known as the commerce. Now let us move on to what is the first characteristic of commerce. Let us see what do you mean by economic activity. So economic activity is the following characteristic which will be very much helpful to understand the nature of a commerce. So here all the economic activities are undertaken with an aim to earn profits. So economic activities are undertaken with an aim to earn profits. Here commerce is an economic activity because it consists of distribution of goods and services which is undertaken with the sole aim of generating profits. A producer produces the goods and the trader buys the goods with the sole aim of selling them at a profit is known as a commerce. Just now we have discussed in the definition, commerce is nothing but a trade and aids to trade. Trade is nothing but buying and selling of goods and services. When we are buying and selling, the main aim of buying and selling, the main aim of selling of the goods is to earn a profit. So in the commerce, the first characteristic is the economic activity, which is the main aim of economic activity is to earn a profit. So commerce is nothing but it is an economic activity. It consists of distribution of goods and services, which is a main undertaken. The sole aim of generating a profit is known as a commerce. I think you got it, the point, economic activity. Now move on to the second point, that is nothing but a part of a business. Part of business is nothing but commerce is a part of a business is also one of the characteristic of a commerce, that is commerce is a part of a business activity which is concerned with the responsible for distribution of goods and services. Just now we have discussed in the above point that commerce is a part of a business activities which is mainly responsible for the distribution of goods and services is known as the part of a business. It is a second or secondary aspect of business, the first being industry. While industry is concerned with the production aspect of business, commerce is concerned with the distribution or aspect of business is known as the part of a business. So commerce is a part of a business. So business is one of the important characteristic of a commerce. Now let us move on to the next characteristic of commerce is exchange of goods and services. Here exchange of goods and services means industry produces goods and services while commerce facilitates its distribution for money or money worth. Industry produces the goods and services where commerce facilitates its distribution for money worth. So here commerce not only includes trade but also aids to trade, which help in smooth movement of goods and services from producers to consumers through the intermediation of a middleman is known as exchange of goods and services. So exchange of goods and services is also one of the important characteristic of a commerce. Unless and until if we are not transferring or exchanging the goods from one place to the another place, that we call it as a trade and aids to trade, and we cannot call it as it is a commerce. So in the commerce or a trade or aids to trade, exchange of goods and services plays a very important role in the commerce. So that's why this is also one of the important characteristic of a commerce. Now let us move on to the next point, that is the scope of commerce. So commerce includes trade and aids to trade. Trade means buying and selling of goods and services. Aids to trade are the different agencies or institutions which help in the smooth conduct of trade by removing the different problems, obstacles or hindrances in trade. So commerce includes, just now we have discussed, commerce includes trade and aids to trade. Trade means, as we all of them will know, that trade means buying and selling of goods and services. Aids to trade are the different agencies or institutions which helps in smooth conduct of the trade is known as the aids to trade. So by removing the different problems and hindrances in trade is known as commerce. So whatever the trade, whatever the aids to trade, the points, important things are there. In that, if any problem comes, the commerce will deals with that particular problems is known as the scope of a commerce. So here scope of commerce is also one of the important characteristic of a commerce. And next move on to the creation of utility. Creation of utilities means commerce creates different types of utilities. For example, transportation creates place utility, warehousing creates time utility, and so on. The various components of commerce makes available right goods at the right time to the right consumers in a right quantity at the right place is nothing but a creation of utility. So commerce creates different types of utilities. Transportation creates place utility. Warehousing creates time utility. Thus collectively the various components of commerce are available for right goods at the right time and the right consumer and the right quantity at the right price is known as the creation of a utility. So this is also one of the important characteristic of a commerce. From the starting, that is the first point is economic activity is one of the important characteristic of a commerce. Economic activities are undertaken mainly to earn a profit as we discussed earlier. Commerce is an economic activity because it consists of distribution of goods and services, which is the main aim is to earn a profit is known as the economic activity. Now, second important characteristic is a part of a business. So commerce is also one of the part of a business which is concerned with the distribution of goods and services. The third part characteristic of a commerce is exchange of goods and services. So here industry produces the goods and services and the commerce facilitates the distribution of money and money worth is known as the exchange of goods and services. And the fourth important characteristic of a commerce is scope of commerce. And the fifth one is just now we have discussed creation of utility. So these are the main important characteristics of a commerce. Now, move on to the topic that is today's topic is importance of commerce. So just now we have discussed about the characteristics of commerce. Now we will move on to the importance of commerce. So here commerce is the connecting link between the producer and the consumer. The exchange of goods is a complex process beset with several types of hindrances. So commerce removes these problems and creates utilities. So here the importance of commerce can be explained with reference to the following points. So here the first one is satisfaction of human wants. The first importance is satisfaction of human wants. So here commerce is responsible for distribution of goods and services. It includes various aids to trade such as just now we have discussed transportation, warehousing, advertising, middlemen, etc. All of which help in transfer of goods and services from the centers of production to the centers of consumption and thereby satisfies human wants. This is known as satisfaction of human wants. So commerce is responsible for distribution of goods and services. It includes aids to trade, that is transportation, warehousing, advertising, middlemen, all this which helps in transfer of goods from smooth flow of the good production reaching to the consumers. The aids to trade will be very helpful. Consumption and thereby satisfies human wants. So commerce plays very important role in the satisfaction of human wants. If the commerce is not there, the satisfaction of human wants of the consumers cannot be possible because with the commerce the trading will be move on. Trading is nothing but buying and selling of goods and services, and with the commerce includes trade and aids to trade. So that plays very important role in the satisfaction of human wants. And the second importance of commerce point is contribution to industrial growth. Contribution to industrial growth means commerce provides necessary infrastructure for large scale production and distribution. Here, production will be meaningless. In the absence of commerce, commerce creates demand for goods and services and thereby helps in the development of different types of industries and contributes to industrial growth. So, contribution to industrial growth is nothing but commerce provides a necessary infrastructure for the large scale of production and distribution. So, here production will be meaningless in the absence of commerce. Commerce creates a demand for the goods and services and thereby helps in the development of different types of industries and contributes to industrial growth is known as a contribution of industrial growth. Now, move on to the third point, that is creation of utilities. So, commerce creates different types of utilities. For example, transportation creates place utility, warehousing creates time utility, advertising salesmanship creates information utility, and so on. Thus, collectively, the various components of commerce make available goods to the consumers as per their demand. So, commerce creating a different types of utilities. Through these utilities, as per the demand of the consumers, it will be reachable to the consumers. So that is the greatness of the commerce and the creation of utility. The commerce is creating a utilities in the creating different types of utilities for the available of goods to the consumers as per their demand is the one of the important point in the commerce, that is creation of utilities. The fourth point is better standard of living. Better standard of living is nothing but human wants are unlimited and ever increasing. Here, human wants are unlimited and ever increasing. It is through commerce that various needs and wants of man are satisfied. Here, various comforts and luxuries of life such as television, washing machine, water heater, mixer, etc. are made available to man through commerce. So this improves his standard of living. So the commerce is increasing, the importance of commerce is increased, that is better standard of living. So human wants are limited and ever increasing. It is through commerce that various human wants are satisfied and various comforts and luxuries of life such as television, washing machine, just now we have discussed mixer, etc. All these are made available to us only through commerce. So this improves the standard of living of the commerce. So that's why commerce plays a very important role for the better standard of living. So this is very, very important point in the commerce. And the next important how the commerce will be important is provision of employment. Provision of employment. So here commerce is always generates employment opportunities for large workforce. So various components of commerce such as wholesalers, retailers and middlemen, and also banking, insurance, advertising and salesmanship, transportation and communication, warehousing creates a large scale of employment. So commerce is always generating employment opportunities for large workforce because various components will be there in the commerce at the time of trading, that is wholesalers, retailers, as we all of them they know that wholesaler is a person who will sell a bulk of quantities of goods to the retailers, and retailer is the person he will be selling to the consumer ultimately through the middleman, and the middleman will be directly reaching to the customer. So here and also banking, insurance, advertising, salesmanship, transport, communication, warehousing creates a All these will be creating a large scale employment in the commerce. The next important importance of commerce is expansion of market. Commerce always helps in extension or expansion of market. Commerce through advertising and salesmanship and transport and communication helps the producer to expand market for his goods from local market to the regional market. So here always commerce through advertising and salesmanship and transportation and communication. Advertising and salesmanship, transport and communication helps the producer to expand the market for his goods from local market to the regional market. Due to that, the market will expansion will be possible from the regional market to the national market and from the national market to the international market. So due to this, expansion of the market is also one of the important point in the commerce. So commerce always commerce, importance of commerce can be explained through expansion of market. Next, move on to the special significance during emergency. Here, special significance during emergency means trade gives special benefits to countries. Trade gives special benefits to countries. Trade gives special benefits to countries which are facing scarcity in the supply of food grains, raw materials, and other essential requirements. So, trade gives special benefits to countries which are facing scarcity in the supply of food grains, raw materials, and other essential requirements. Communication, transportation, and warehousing collectively solve the problems of scarcity, and provides a relief during the natural calamities and other disasters. So here, trade is giving a special benefits to countries which are facing scarcity in the supply of food grains, raw materials and other essential requirements. So through transportation and warehousing collectively solve the problem of scarcity and provide a relief during the natural calamities and other disasters also. That this particular commerce is very much helpful for during the emergency situations also. So this is the one of the important point in the importance of commerce. Even in the emergency situation, the commerce plays a very vital role for supplying the food grains, raw materials and other essential requirements through transportation and warehousing, solve the problems of scarcity and provide a relief to the calamities and other disasters is known as a special significance during the emergency. This is one of the importance point in the importance of commerce. And move on to the next point, that is development of underdeveloped countries. Underdeveloped countries can benefit if they enter into trade agreement with developed countries. Underdeveloped countries can benefit if they enter into trade agreements with developed countries. Under such agreements, developed countries may import raw materials from underdeveloped countries and in return supply them with machinery and technical know-how for industrial development. So, development of underdeveloped countries also can be possible through commerce. So, underdeveloped countries can benefit if they enter into trade agreements with the developed countries. So, under such agreement, developed countries may import many raw materials and whatever the requirement is there for the which we are in our country which is not there. So, through trade, through commerce, we can get the goods whatever we want from the developed countries. So this is also very much useful for the development of the industries. And the next point is link between producers and consumers. Commerce establishes link between producers and consumers by transferring goods from producers to consumers. Once again I am repeating to you, commerce establishes a link between producers and consumers by transferring goods from producer to consumer. Here, production is the ultimate mean for consumption. Producing goods is meaningless if they are not consumed. So, if you are not consuming, the production will be waste. If production is there, if you are not consuming also, then also the goods will be waste. So, consumption is not possible without a distribution, that is without commerce. Consumption is not possible without commerce. So, there will be a link between the producer and consumers. This is one of the important point in the commerce. These are the different points in the importance of commerce. That is, the first one is the satisfaction of human wants. And the second point is contribution to the industrial growth. The importance of commerce is, the first point is satisfaction of human wants. And the second importance of commerce point is the contribution to the industrial growth. The third importance of commerce is creation of utilities, better standard of living, provision of employment, expansion of market, special significance during emergency, development of underdeveloped countries, link between producers and the consumers. These are the important points in the importance of commerce. Now, let us move on to what is the classification of commerce. Commerce embraces all activities of various agencies which ensure smooth distribution of goods and services between the producer and the consumers. So here, besides mere buying and selling of goods, commercial activities break the barriers between producers and the consumers. The basic aim of commerce is to ensure the supply of goods at the right place, in right quantity, at the right time. So, commerce includes trade and aids to trade. Just now we have discussed in the previous. So, as we all of them will know that trade is that branch of commerce which is concerned with the exchange of goods and services. So, it may be a barter exchange. Barter exchange is nothing but exchange of goods for goods is known as a barter system. Exchange of goods for goods or monetary trade where money is used as a medium of exchange. So, trade is the branch of commerce. Trade is the branch of commerce which is concerned with exchange of goods and services. So, that is meant by a trade. So, in the trade, there will be so many types of trade. That is the internal trade. Internal trade is nothing but trade between two regions of the same country is known as internal trade. The trading activities, means selling and buying, means is moving on to the same country is known as importing and exporting. Is done within the country is known as the internal trade. So, trade between two regions of the country is known as internal trade. It is also known as a domestic trade or home trade. Means within our country we are distributing the goods and services is known as internal trade. So, here it is confined to the national boundaries of a nation. For example, trade between Gujarat and Rajasthan. Internal trade may be also classified under, that is wholesale trade, retail trade. Wholesale trade as a term indicates is the trade which takes place in whole or large lots is known as wholesale trade. Wholesalers sell goods to the retailers or large institutional buyers like a garment. The wholesaler is a link between the producer or the manufacturer and the retailer. The wholesaler is a link between the producer or the manufacturer and the retailer is known as the wholesale trade. And move on to the next point, that is the retail trade. So just now we have discussed wholesale trade is a term indicate the trade which takes place in a whole or a large quantity, bulk quantity is known as the wholesale trade. Whereas retail trade is a trade in small quantities. That means the household sector is the major segment of the customers for retail trade. The household sector is the major segment of the customers for retail trade. Thus, retailer supplies goods directly to the end users. The retailer is a link between the wholesaler and the consumer. The retailer is the last link in the chain of distribution of goods is known as retail trade. And next move on to the external trade. Trade between two countries. External trade is nothing but trade between two countries with a different socio-economic and political environment is referred to as external trade. So here the trade between two countries with a different socio-economic and political environment is referred to as external trade. It is known as foreign trade or international trade. For example, trade between India and UK is known as the different socio-economic and political environment, and two countries with different ways we are transferring the goods from one place to the another place. That is known as international trade, and trade between India and UK is the external trade. Example for that. Next move on to the export. Export means, as we all of them will know, that selling of goods to the customers. Export means selling of goods to the customers based in a foreign territory outside the national boundaries of a country. For example, when goods are sold from India to Pakistan, it is not when goods are sold from India to Pakistan, it is an export trade. Export is the best method of expansion when additional capacity exists in a business organization. So, export means selling of goods to the customers based in a foreign territories is known as export. Next, move on to the import. Import means purchasing goods from seller based in foreign territory, that is outside the national boundaries of a country. Import means purchasing goods from seller based in a foreign territory, that is outside the national boundaries of a country, is known as import. For example, when goods are purchased by India from the USA, it is termed as import trade. Means India is purchasing from the USA. Some goods we are purchasing from USA is known as the import trade. The government discourages imports as it leads to outflow of foreign currency. Outflow of foreign currency is known as import. Next one is intraport trade. Intraport trade means trade that involves re-exporting of imported goods. What we are importing goods, again re-exporting. Trade that involves re-exporting or imported goods is referred to as intra-import or re-export trade. For example, an Indian trader may buy goods from Bangladesh and then sell to China. Here, ports which are conveniently located act as a distribution center, for example, ports of Singapore and Hong Kong. Now move on to the aids to trade. Commerce includes, just now we have discussed commerce includes trade and aids to trade. Just now we have discussed what do you mean by a trade, what is a internal trade, wholesale trade, retail trade, export, import, enterprise trade. Now move on to the last topic in today's topic is last points, that is aids to trade. So here aids to trade are those service oriented industries which removes the difficulties or hindrances in the smooth flow of goods from the producer to the consumers is known as aids to trade. That is nothing but banking. First one is the banking. Banks provide short-term and medium-term finances to business houses as per their requirements and thereby solve the problems of a finance. So banks provide a short-term and medium-term finances to the business people, whatever the as per their requirement to solve the problems of a finance. And through this banking, we can solve the problems in finance in aids to trade. And second most important point in the aids to trade is insurance. Business operates under high degree of risk and uncertainties. Some of these risks are insurable and can be minimized through insurance. Next, move on to the transportation. Transportation helps in distribution of goods from the centers of production to the centers of consumption and thereby creates a place utility is called as a transportation. So transportation helps in distribution of goods from the centers of production to the centers of consumption and thereby creates a place utility is known as transportation. And next one is warehousing. Warehousing and storage helps in bridging time gap between the time of production and the time of consumption and thereby creates time utility is known as warehousing. Means storing of goods and whatever in the trade producing will be storing in the warehouses. So warehouses are very much helpful for bringing a time gap between the production and the time of consumption. Whatever the gap is coming through this warehousing, we can produce the goods and services before, and whenever the time comes immediately we can supply the goods whenever the customers ask. So in this way also commerce will be very much helpful. The next one is advertising. Advertising disseminates information about goods, their features, availability, benefits, warranty, everything. So complete information will be given by the advertising about the product. So advertising disseminates information about the goods, their features, availabilities, etc. to the consumers and thereby fills up the form information gap is known as advertising. Next is mercantile agents. Here, mercantile agents establish contact between the producers and the intermediaries. Mercantile agents establish contact between the producers and the intermediaries and thereby solve the problem of marketing is known as mercantile agents. So contact between the producers and the intermediaries and thereby solve the problem of marketing is known as mercantile agents. Here, these are the importance of trade. So we have discussed in today's topic about the characteristics, importance regarding the trade, aids to trade. So this is the complete picture of a commerce. I think you understood completely about this commerce. Thank you.